Their healing resources are being taxed severely right now. Sinatra has to clear a shot now and go for a punch, and he's gotten Shaz. That's the way to open up the fight. Shore4 fell soon after, and it was patience from the shock. The Gladiators couldn't even capture the point to start. And they can sit pretty now, wait for the engagement. Coalescence comes out here, Gravitic Flux was used, but Decay's already been taken down. The sound barrier was good, and Sinatra is able to help his team trade 2 for 1. Trichoban goes down, but Sinatra's not far after. Shore4, that's a clutch Death Blossom. It had to be there. Will it be enough? Holt thrown out to try and get the shock, a little bit of breathing room, but the Gladiators were able to push up onto the point now. San Francisco are trying to buy time, trying to keep their players up. Violet's in deep trouble though. Hydration picks him off on the Hypersphere, and Smurf falls after. It's 85 and counting.
Tight alleyway in the Gladiator strike.
Sinatra tried to pick off his opposite number there. Meteor strike comes in. No connection. Accretion connects though from Trichoban. Hydration, rattle, and back to spawn. Great rising uppercut to end Shaz, and Sinatra is causing deep trouble for the Gladiators. The Shock have the numbers now. It's a matter of cleanup. How long can Los Angeles stall out for? Effective janitorial work from the Shock, and now they're 91 and counting.
Yeah, they'll have that Gravitic Flux here to try and put this one away.
Decay!
Decay not able to get a touch.
He's Coalescence, but he's almost got on his next one anyway. Decay, that's a Meteor strike from the Gladiators Doomfist. Immediately forcing the Wraithwalk out of Architect, and gets back behind the shield. In that space of time, Shaz has been taken down by Sinatra. Sinatra's just been more effective at picking off here than the Doomfist and the Gladiators. Decay has been coming up with not enough in these fights. And this is a huge turnaround, man. Look at these ultimates for the Shock. They are cruising.
Sound barrier for a very long time.
Complicates this so much. It's going to be a 4-player EMP, and the follow-up is there in spades. Architect just spins his way down the stairs, flamenco style for 2.
I mean, you could use it that way too, right? They see the Gravitic Flux come out from Hydration, they use EMP, they use Death.
Who doesn't have his Death Blossom yet, so he needs to get out of dodge. They'll have that now. The Coalescence will keep him standing. And this is the Gladiators they have to go for him, and they have to spend these ultimates, and it pays off! Shore4 gets 2 with the Death Blossom.
No movement abilities on any of these heroes. They get hit by an EMP. It's pretty devastating.
How about that one?
Yeah, I mean, he just blows up right away. I mean,
Gotta be it.
Nothing these heroes can do without the mobility.
This is astonishing. Sinatra switched the Sombra to counter the Bastion, and when Shore4 switched off, he stayed on the Sombra. The Shock, an outrageous fight win for them there, with overtime ticking down. Decay can't touch, but he won't be there for long. Hit by Accretion and hacked. Now it's Raw's turn to try and step up and do something about it, but no. Gravitic Flux from Trichoban is an insurance policy, but Shaz also falls. Hydration will try and step up here with Big Goose, but they are going to struggle, and Architect cleans it up. The San Francisco Shock put the flag down and make a strong statement here in game number 1. They want glory in Philadelphia.
If both of these teams make adjustments to their lineups coming into today, I think it'll be interesting going into map 2, who stays with these lineups.
We've seen some teams play defensively on that high ground with Sigma to cover a 1 DPS play, but somehow Trichoban gets Decay out of that one. That is not something that can be happening here for the Gladiators, losing their Doomfist so early on. Trichoban, that kinetic grasp is going to net him a lot of shield, and the Gladiators are struggling. They are crumbling, and the Shock, it's almost like they're inexorable at this point, Matt.
This is really quick.
Oh man, that stings.
This is a Gladiator map pick, and they just roll over them. Take point A. So, 9-2 on the map for the Gladiators throughout the season.
Flux out for the Gladiators. What can they do with this? They need to get a pick. They need to find some blood. With Hydration going down, First Striker finally decides to pull the trigger, and it is a massacre.
They're getting rolled. Yeah, I mean, they're getting rolled. I mean, the Gravitic Flux for Hydration. They have to use this. Sound barrier will come out.
Yep.
Just kind of negate that, but they do get Striker early.
Yeah, they're getting Striker early kind of means that there's no chance for the Shock to come back in that fight. And look at them all caught so close together that Shaz sends in a Biotic Orb and gets a lot of value. Shore4 looking for the back line here. He's done a darn good job of it so far. Striker though gets 3 in an instant. It's going to take a little bit more than that. The one Shore4 has his own Death Blossom to ruin the party. He pops it over the top and lets it rip. But Striker shuts him down mid-ultimate. Are you kidding? Violet and Striker now need to try and get some extra distance, and that Coalescence nets them enough kills.
Death Blossom then to finish. The cart moving towards the end of the map.
Sinatra down early, Decay got him, and they invested the Supercharger in this fight. They'll get nothing for it. And the Gladiators are finally stabilized here on King's Row.
But it's really, I mean, Decay is just starting to come alive. That's really what it is. I mean, you're seeing now in a few fights, Decay now able to get the better of the
Can't lose a player early. Sinatra needs to be a factor in this fight. He's hit with accretion. Sinatra now, Meteor Strike, more for safety than anything else, but it seems to work out. Raw's all his own. The Gladiators are completely split up. Big Goose now backing away. Gonna have to try and stall this out on his own. Shawful gets rid of Mott, but he's too far away from the action and the shock. Get the foot in the door, and that's all they needed. Ansel just trying to get as close as he can to ensure that he gets a critical blow. There it is, he got Violet. Look, Decay's patience paying off there. Sinatra has to try and go in and reciprocate. Decay was very low, but he managed to get out alive. Thanks to the extra shielding and Striker. Looks like some modern art on the walls there.
It's very difficult for the Shock to even battle back through that when they lose Violet, such a large part of their healing.
Healing orb thrown out there. A lot being spent on keeping Choikoban up, but still there's not enough. You can see where the Gladiators are focusing. Can Sinatra make the flank work? No, he runs straight into a fortified target. Raw was ready for it one way or another. Striker is close to a Death Bossy, but no, they've lost Smurf as well. The Shock clutching at straws here. And Striker realizes it's better that he turns away.
Yeah, they probably have to back out.
No contest
the
here.
Point. Yeah, I mean, nobody coming back, getting close. So 3 minutes and 38 on the clock for the Gladiators.
Blossom unless Violet gets a Coalescence online in time. Shawful wants to make it happen quickly, but they lose War already. Do you go for it? He still goes for it, and he's stunned immediately. Still able to remain in the fight, but Smurf is down. Shawful managed to get what he came for, but is there any more to be getting here? Choikoban seems to be out of position, and he is in deep trouble. The rest of the Shock realize they have to double down now, losing both of their tanks. It's too late to escape, but they're going to try to anyway. Love is low. Decay warded away for a moment by Striker, but Shawful shuts him down. That is messy.
But it's a win. It doesn't really matter how you get it if you're the Gladiators, right? I mean, they needed to get a fight win there, and they're going to have to walk into a supercharger here from Smurf.
Not what you want. 4 seconds on the clock, and here we go. Hydration shield is low. Sinatra gets the punch up, and Raw, he was on his own. No protection. Sinatra got rid of the Orisa in that case. And now Hydration is up in the air, knocked down. Bigger creature hit on towards Striker, and needs to head back to his back line, peeling for them, getting Shawful away from his supports. Keep an eye on Sinatra. Decay now has Meteor Strike. Hydration has Gravitic Flux. Can they keep Shaz alive? No! Sinatra gets 2 with 1 Meteor Strike. Talk about getting blood from a stone. Smurf goes down to Raw though, but he's knocked up. Shawful hit by Decrease by the looks of things, and Striker cleans up 2 now. Raw trying to step up to the plate. No! Big Goose sails over the top and over to the sunsets. Another map for the San Francisco shop. And that's about as close as you can get for the Gladiators. That has got to hurt.
And that is a Gladiator map pick that the Shock come in and take. Gladiators are very good on the map throughout the year, but the Shock come in, they hold them from completing the map there.
It's already 1.5 ticks though, man.
I wonder if he can get to the point and like knock a player up as he's getting low.
Oh, Hydration, so much barrier. From that kinetic grasp, he walks towards the Bastion and shuts it down. Looked like Magneto in that moment.
But that's why I feel like on defense, you would want the Mei as well. Like, the Doomfist really doesn't synergize much with that composition.
Sinatra just refuses to sink to the level of playing Mei. Yeah, he actually goes for the Meteor Strike here just for repositioning more than safety because of the amount of damage reduction he had applied to him. Shawful gets shut down, poked and prodded, pushed and pulled everywhere. Couldn't get anything done with that Death Blossom. This is still scary if you have Sinatra barreling forward at you. Striker's in trouble. Oh, he's able to Wraith Walk out of the Gravitic Flux. He would have been dead if he hadn't done that. Mott's Immortality Field is taken down, but it's done its job, no doubt about it. Striker on a Raw, it's a trade. Decay trying to drop in now, Smurf backs away. It looks like he got behind his shield. Decay is forced to try and get out there with a seismic slam, but he's run down! This looks so clean from San Francisco.
This will allow them to be in a clean slate going up against what'll be a Gravitic Flux coming eventually.
Sinatra using his Rocket Punch just to reposition in the end. And they are going to let the Gladiators through here. Choikoban needs help badly. He doesn't get it in time. Decay hits him with a rising uppercut. Now Sinatra has to try and get rid of Raw, but he's not able to. Fortify keeps him alive. Sinatra has no idea where that Death Blossom is coming from. And Shawful, just a safe Death Blossom in the middle of his own team, is able to get enough of that AoE damage to find a kill. The Gladiators now move up to the point. Sinatra taken down immediately in Raw. He loses his bongo, but he's got players there to help him. The damage was available. 1 minute 43 on the clock. The Gladiators finished the map. It would have forced us to
got the Mei. That's what they wanted.
There it is! What a pickup from Sinatra on Decay. The Gladiators still have a lot to work with, though. They need Shawful to absolutely reap damage here. Immortality Field thrown up. This is scary for San Francisco. They cannot kill anyone on the Gladiators right now, but Shawfall uses that window to find 2 more kills. Brilliant from the Gladiators. Big Goose puts the lantern down and it leads them home.
That immortality build is so strong.
Oh man. Shawfall's going to get a lot of damage up to this amplification matrix if they don't stop it. Troy Hoban, he tried to use the kinetic grasp to eat it up, but then he's pushed down. Shawfall couldn't hang around for as long as he would have liked. It's a 2-for-1 trade. The Gladiators have coalescence, but they lack a player right now, and Striker will chase Hydration down. I tell you what, talk about an evolution here in the strategy, man, from the Shock. They struggled so much against Atlanta for that setup, and they kind of figured out a way of breaking it with that Sombra.
Now they feel bad he decided to play this. They're going to hack on the
Oh
Hydration.
my.
They'll finish him off. They lose Big Goose as well.
That is devastating, and it's a 3-player EMP. Shawfall's able to get into tank configuration before he goes down, but Violet picks him off. Supercharger and all has been removed from the high ground, and a Blizzard goes to the point. Smurf's able to walk out of that one. Sinatra's going to come back on the most honest of heroes, the Soldier 76. Striker gets rid of Decay with the Death Blossom though, and this might be snowball territory now as Big Goose goes down to the Coalescence. Gravitic Flux brings Hydration back down to earth. Almost 2 ticks here, but the Shock are forced to move together off of the point. Oh dear, that Rockwood flying past Decay, he was forced to recall out of the way. 2 ticks and counting, almost 3 here. Sinatra actually got a Helix rocket kill on Raw. I haven't said that in almost a year, it feels like. Playing from the high ground now, though, this perch is exactly where you want to be. Sound barrier now for the Shock. They are doubling down. They're looking to commit and complete this capture. The perch play for Sinatra. He loves to see it, but it's tough out there for Soldier 76, man, to complete these kills. Decay wants to chase down. Sinatra put a Bardic field, but still drops, picks up the mini health pack. Chase after Raw there, gets him with another rocket. Shattle's forced to fade on out. Doomfist sails over the top. Shawfall just trying to stay alive. Preserve that health pool for as long as he can. Here comes the Coalescence door, and that could be the end. Striker, Death Blossom seals the deal.
Pretty much as a unit to get anywhere, the Biotic Grenade could be big.
Sinatra changed his position this time. Oh my.
It was like a 5 or 4 player Biotic Grenade.
Blizzard following up. Sinatra, it's a Winter Wonderland, and he is in charge. Decay trying to freeze up, has to throw a wall, but he is caught still, and he's taken down. Smurf's able to find 2 here. Striker's still alive on that high ground, and Big Goose is on the point. Not a great finish for the Gladiators here. They were unable to unravel the San Francisco defense. This is the world that we live in now. They're going to have to fight this without it. They kind of know that Sinatra's there, but they can't stop him. Gravitic Flux, Shaz is in deep trouble. They've got Hydration as well. Big Goose was trying to escape, and Violet cuts him down. He hoses him down with the Coalescence. Shawfall has to lift now, but he's only able to get 1 kill in that tank configuration. And Troy Hoban's able to stave off the rest of the damage. The Shock get over the line, triumphantly there, and they make it match points here in this decider, this elimination match, where only one California team can progress.
Look, with the ultimates that the Shock had there towards the end, they combo them in great fashion. There was
Hydration is firing at the main. Oh, they didn't do it! Remember what I said about playing with respect for your opponent? Oh, you just got punished.
you only lose 1.
Still, you lose Troy Hoban here. That's a big part of his shielding. And now, how does he join the rest of his team without getting knocked off again? Hydration knows just to watch this bridge.
They noticed he could potentially get a free one here. Well, the Shock are trying to rotate around and get underneath the LA Gladiators.
Moving the cart.
Yeah, different type of positioning where you haven't seen any other team do this.
Well, you can obviously contest the card from inside the building at the lower level, and now they can try and flank around. Hydration has a barrage. Can he do it? Oh, the Immortality field placed there was beautiful, but he couldn't find any kills. The field got taken down from Architect was all over that fight.
Man,
that is amazing. They broke that defense so well. Yeah, it's just tough because Troy Hoban can play it off shield, right? Shawfall though, caught inside the Blizzard, hit with a Bardic Grenade, finished off by Architect, and Shaz is forced to look on. Petrified by the frost. And Architect is just mowing him down.
I mean, a nano boost on Architect. Ultimate percentages across the board.
Oh, look at this though. They're going to be able to get up close. Oh no, the main wall came out from the Shock. Prevented the Gladiators from moving up the stairs, and now Architect has got a raid on this parade. That is brutal. Kinetic Grasp there will only prolong the inevitable on the Shock. They're looking like they'll have another checkpoint here with oodles of time.
Looking like almost record pace here for the Shock.
I mean, they are looking to shake the monkey off their back and rewrite history of what happened here last time they came to Rialto. Twice a couple times before
Nano Bastion.
It's time. He's going to let rip. They've stayed with the Bastion this entire time. That all won't last long, but nor will Shaz if he peeks out from that pillar any longer. Architect moves up, gets him in recon mode. The ultimate BM and runs Void down. It's Big Goose to try and stick around. Oh my! Shore4 now has to try and dance around the point to stay alive, but it's not enough. That is disgusting pace from the Shock. Again, he doesn't really know where. Oh my! That was. Oh gosh, Moth is lucky. He was also so close to the roof that an AoE kill would have happened. Hydration got him. And that's because he hit an amazing air shot. Oh, you tried, Rascal! Hydration punishes him for trying to go for the barrage. That's hubris, son.
Shot jump on the cart.
They try and contest here, they have to. They try and leap upon the rest of the Gladiators here, but it doesn't really work out for them. It stalls out though, it's making this more costly. It'll give them time to come back for a hold before they get to the choke that is their next checkpoint.
So you're gonna have to get a res on this.
Not good, Rascal picked him off.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this hydration too.
I mean, yeah, look at him, if he's too close to the roof. Oh, this is beautiful. It wasn't even AoE, it was direct hits.
Now he knocks Smurf in the drink in the live match, so no Orisa here for the Shock.
In the choke immediately. This will force the Gladiator. Ah! Okay. Nicely done. Combines with Shaz. Gets rid of Rascal. Choke over now. Forced to try and eat up as many of these rockets as he can. And my god, there's a lot of shield. Talk about junk in the trunk for the Sigma. Hydration's forced to back out or go over the top this time. Shore4 has tank mode configuration. Shields are in his way though. He needs to try and find a target without damage mitigation. He's found one. He's looking for more now. Just the one. Chocover's brought back to life, but the rest of the Shock get absolutely dumped. Still haven't got that checkpoint yet. The stall is there. The Shock are making it costly for the Gladiators. Tooth and Claw are fighting through. The Bastion, stick to it. Architect, cheeky lad, wants to stay on that roll. Chocover cut down the Shore4. Great work there by the Gladiators to get the Shock onto the low ground there. They get rid of Shore4, they get rid of Raw. Rascal back in the fight, and the Shock have come alive! They do lose Smurf here, and they need to shut Hydration down before he gets a barrage. Very quickly, Hydration gets out of the way. It would have been cut down awfully fast, but Architect's removed, and Shaz and Hydration! What is this?
Well, you see why their record as a team is better when you have him on the damage dealers. The beginning. I don't think it's really just about his Sigma play. I think it's just having him playing the far up and the Doomfist is much better.
Use ultimates, win the fight. Rascal's having to get the headshot on Hydration, but the Shock have lost Smurf. And Shore4 set up comfortably in the backside here.
Choyoven popped the Gravitic Flux, got taken out instantly, so you get nothing from that.
That Void had a damage boost there. From the Mercy, Big Goose using that Valkyrie to great effect, and here comes the tank! Chasing him down! 2 for 1 for Shore4 now, and it's just a cleanup on the point. The Gladiators, they stay alive. The Blizzard almost. If they fully commit, it could be dangerous for them. They don't have the time to play tic-tac-toe here. They drop down. Meteor Strike. Shore4 got Joke open, but the Blizzard, surely it's going to be coming. Rascal lays it down. Hydration. Can't move an inch. Still a 2 for 1 trade, and it favors the Gladiators right now as Smurf is getting left upon. Void, aggressive, nice and healthy as well. He is frozen up and Smurf has gone down. Rascal has to try and keep things alive here. Where are the rest of the Shock? Rascal into Ice Block. Moth kept it just a little contested from behind the pillar. Shore4's got a Death Blossom though. And that is not the flower the Shock want to see in bloom. Architect had one of their own though when they trade out. Supports both fall into the Death Blossoms. Architect wants to back away, but Shore4 will not let him get out. He does get Raw though. No Orisa left for the Gladiators here, and we are in overtime. Moth just stays alive a little longer, but a Gravitic Flux is going to make this hard for the Shock in overtime now. They finally get home. They get a minute. That's all they'll have. He's playing it very dangerously here. The cart still hasn't moved. It's now starting to move. They've got a Sigma on the ground. Void is shepping it forward. He throws up a barrier. It doesn't last long though. The Faras are still fighting, but Roar is down. The anchor for the Gladiators has gone the way of the weary, and the Shock now want to try and collapse and finish the job. Big Goose with a Caduceus Blaster. Just a dream now in his eyes. He's willing to chase. He can't get to the card, and the Gladiators are pacified on their attack.
That the Shock were able to break them the last time.
Do or die. Shields up or bust. The Gladiators have to commit, but Hydration is down. Architect sets up with the turret. He brings Big Goose to the ground as well. Wings are clipped. Shields are cracked. And so is Architect on this Bastion. Working around to the side, and that is it. The culmination of a season for the LA Gladiators. They finally fall. But their roar will echo through these halls long after this place is vacated. But unfortunately, that ferocity is not enough today. San Francisco take one more step. Grim determination towards our berth in Philadelphia. They're not there yet, but they want it, and they want it bad.
As we look at the Shock's victory, let's have a look at our player of the match presented by Omen. It's got to be Chiyobin for me today. From start to finish, consistency supplied, and that's kind of been this player's hallmark, Matt.
You could have given this to a lot of players on the Shock. I think in the matchup we saw them play against the Atlanta Raid, the one that they lose, Choi did not play great on the Sigma Net match against Gator, who looked very good on the new hero, but I think Choi definitely picked it up well, and I thought that was the big difference between these two teams. You see the Gladiators having to make some substitutions to make their lineup work.
Yep.
Shock didn't need to do that in terms of having somebody to play the new hero. Choi was a big difference today.
Yeah, huge performance. 123 eliminations, involved in a lot of those kills. The Gravitic Flux setups, it's hard to get kills off. Teams are saving sound barriers for those specific abilities. So if you were able to get some kills out of those, it's a big death, 25 deaths, of course, as well. Staying out of line and fire. When teams were trying to focus him down, the Gladiators were absolutely looking for him, and a well-deserved honor. And now the Shock will be moving forward to one more match.